Hi everybody and welcome to the Everyday Goth Collective. I am your hostess Crystal. I just wanted to take a minute to apologize before we get started to let you know that there's just been a lot going on in my personal life. Stuff that I'm not at the liberty to discuss. Anyone that already knows, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Also, I have been taking upon myself to use this extra time to organize what we have affectionately started calling Bead Mountain, and we are not quite done with it yet, but we are a lot better than we were. It was impossible to organize anything and plan anything, you guys. Like, there were just so many beads that it was just, it was not happening. There was so much to look through and sift through. So, like I said, I'm not completely done organizing the beads, but they are organized enough to where I can actually start working on stuff again for you. And I actually have something a little bit special planned. Also, I am using a tripod thanks to one of my subscribers who lovingly donated it to me. Thank you. But this setup should make things a lot easier to film, like Craft With Me's things where I have to use my hands and I can't just be holding the phone. And propping your phone up on stuff kind of works, but might as well get a tripod. But anyways, enough about me. You guys are here to see crafts, and I think you guys are really going to like what I have planned today. It is so unique and I'm excited to show you. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, this is what we're going to be working with today. It is going to be a 3-tiered choker with this 4th piece coming off the back. I actually figured out what to do with this. We're going to be using this today, and I am so excited to show you what we're going to do with it. Basically, I have these clasps that were donated to me. There's one side, and then right here is the other. And we are going to lace these 3 through. These beads are going to be on the middle thread, and then these are going to connect the top and the bottom. And then it's just going to continue along like that. And then on the end right here, we're going to add these 2 extra strings. And these 2 extra strings are going to come down to this. And it's all going to clip in the back. We are going to be using a lot of crimping beads for this project, just so you know, because you don't want all of this to be sliding around. This is wire, it will slide. Before you know it, you'll just have one solid piece of a choker, and that's not what we're going for as far as this look goes. I may add some black beads, like in between here and here, oops, and we'll see how that looks. If I like it enough, we'll keep it. And then I also included clasps, because this is gonna have to be taken off. I think. Maybe. We'll see what's going on. This was originally supposed to be a front choker, but I think we're gonna have to do things a little bit differently, but we will see what we can do with this. I am so excited. Okay, you guys, this is what we have so far. Sorry if it's a little loose still. That's just because the tension's off. Here, let me see if I can get the tension to be better. But yeah, this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. We're just going to stick with this pattern the whole way through. I love these roses. I just think they look so good. And then I love how I ended up framing this. I'm missing a crimp bead cover here, but I will be adding that as soon as I'm done recording. So what do you guys think? I think it looks really good so far. I just wish it wasn't so bendy, but then of course that'll change once it's been worn for a little while. And I crimped it right here so that way I knew where the middle was. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to scrap the idea of the two smaller cords, and I'm just going to get one really long one. I am going to loop it through the bottom part of this, and then, like I've done here, I will be putting a crimp bead. I'm sorry if you can't see that, but I will be putting a crimp bead on the inside to just kind of give it a little bit more structure, because this cord in the middle is completely free and I don't want it to roll every time I turn my neck. But I'm going to go ahead and do the pattern the whole way through, and then I'm going to be back to show you once all of this here is also done, and you will know what it'll look like unput together. And then we will put it together. Alright, so this is our finished product. It took forever to finish, but I am in love with how it looks. I've already tried it on my neck, and just as I thought, it does get a little bit tighter. But I love the wire look. So all that is left to do is to put this part together, and we're just going to make these little floating beads that are going to be on these crimps. I actually crimped it 3 times, as you can see. This part is just to signify where it goes underneath this, and then these crimps are just to show where these beads are supposed to go. And then after that, all we have to do is attach it to this, and then we have a necklace. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so let's get started. So how is everybody? I hope that you guys are making good decisions out there. I am aware of the current state of our country, and I will say, even though this may cost me subscribers, I am Black Lives Matter, 100%. I believe that as an alt person, it is my duty to stand up for people that need help, for people who are not a part of the status quo. You know what I mean? It's our responsibility, kind of, as someone who lives in our scene, to stand up for the downtrodden. And I'm glad that a lot of other alt people are doing the same. And let me make it clear, it's not that all lives don't matter. They do, 100%. However, it can't all matter until Black Lives Matter. And I will die on that hill if anyone wants to try to argue. I've been fighting my family and all kinds of stuff over that. And I hope that my viewers, the ones who follow me, are also inclusive enough to understand that we do come from a place of privilege. We white people, you know, we do. And it's up to us to help the people who don't have a voice as loud as ours to have a way to speak. And even then, after we are done speaking, it is up to us to hand the mic over and let them speak their case. Okay, so as you can see, I've just kind of fed it through that little back one right there. And all I'm going to do is take crimp beads, and I'm going to string them up. I'm going to do one of them, and then we'll quit this segment so I can do the rest. What I like to do, just to make sure they all fit, because you never know, I don't put down the crimp bead until I know for sure where it's all going to go. And that's just because once you put down that crimp bead, it is so hard to get it back off. And you can, as a result, tear the cord that you're working with, You can break beads. I've just like shattered whole beads before. So as you can see here, maybe I'm just kind of, I'm not letting a lot of tension happen because I'm trying. There we go. Okay. So, see, there we go. That is what we were looking for. And as you know, I will always endorse crimp bead covers on my channel. Also, I am filming my phone with my phone sideways. It's new. I mean, it's just because the stand I have doesn't actually film up and down, so I have to put it sideways, which I'm okay with. I think it'll actually end up giving me a better picture in the end. Or at least I hope so. I know filming up and down, it really cuts off the range of my screen, or I don't know. I'm a very novice video editor, you guys. So please be patient with my nonsense. So as you can see, maybe, I'm just kind of adding these crimp beads now in the covers to keep all of this from sliding. I don't know if you were paying attention when I showed you this, but it is nothing but crimp beads. Like, I'm trying to make sure it's focusing for you. It's all twisted now because I got stuff running through it. But every single little thing has a crimp bead. And that can be a pain, let me tell you. Because when you have crimp beads, they are not going anywhere after you secure them. So this is basically what we're dealing with. This right here. And let me go ahead and finish getting it all put together. And I will be right back with the finished product on display, and then I'll wear it. So here is the finished product, as promised, on display. Sorry it looks a little confusing with all the cords and stuff. I promise it'll make much more sense when I put the thing on. Basically all I did was I attached this. I kept one side with the clasp instead of both. I figured that was probably for the best. There's no point in having both of the clasps being able to come off. Sorry, my brain is just not here today, I guess. But as you can see, we just used nothing but crimp beads to hold the stuff in place so it didn't go up and down on the wire, which is exactly what we want. Let me put this sucker on so you know what it looks like. Alright, here's the finished product on my neck. As you can see, it is nice and tight. It is beautiful. I think wire jewelry is definitely here to stay for the future. The only thing that I may change is that I will probably make this part shorter. I anticipated this to be much lower, like at about here, but it just didn't come out that way. But it's fine, you know, mistakes happen. But I took off all my other jewelry so you guys can get a good look. But that is basically this week's craft with me, and once again I'm very sorry that it has taken me a while to go through everything and sort through. I promise I will try to keep a more consistent schedule in the future. There is still so much we can make, and I'm just glad I finally found a use for this, let me tell you. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I hope wherever you're going or doing, whoever you support, just know that you mean a lot to me and you need to keep yourself safe. Don't do things unnecessarily dangerous. respect each other, and Black Lives Matter. I love you, and see you in my next video. Bye.